It is time for New Music Friday right here on E-Radio. We do it every Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock, and it's always nice to introduce new artists to the playlist. And today, Kyle September is joining us, and that, of course, is his long-awaited debut album that is actually being released today. We are listening to one of these songs from it called Cuddle Up. But just before we do, we catch up with Kyle and chat to him all about it. Kyle, a very big hello to you, and welcome to E-Radio.
Hi there, Eon. Yes, thanks for having me, man, and hello to all of the listeners out there as well.
That's great stuff. Kyle, let's go back in time just a little bit and ask you, when did you start making music, and how has music changed your life?
When I started making music, well, I mean, I've been singing since I can remember, to be honest. But the first time I picked up a guitar, I was about 12 years old. And I remember the first time I tried to write a song, to make my own music, I was about 15 years old, early stages of high school.
Okay, that's quite young, eh? So that passion has always been there, and now there's finally a debut album that's out.
Yeah, the passion's always been, I guess all of that has built up until this point now with the album release.
So the album is called DAYDREAM, and it says that it's a collection of vibey, feel-good pop music, and that's what we're all about, feel-good music here on E-Radio, songs that make you feel much better. Tell us a bit about the album and what we can expect.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, the album itself, that's called DAYDREAM, is because it's me inviting all the listeners out there to join me in this escape from whatever troubles you might have, whatever's happening in the real world, and just coming into the space where my music can lift the mood or give you things that you can relate. That's the effect that I wanted to have on the listeners. As you listen from track 1 to track 10, I just take you on this journey, and hopefully leave all your worries behind.
Is it true, Kyle, that it took you almost 2 years to record this album as a result of the pandemic?
Yes, that threw a huge curveball. I'd made all the preparations to start recording the album at the beginning of 2020, with the hopes of releasing it at the end of 2020. But then the world ended.
Yeah, basically.
Then basically. The world ended, which was more than just a spanner in the works of my plans, and it was a challenge to be able to do everything from there. I mean, we were locked in our own homes for the longest time, and then released for a little bit of a time with restrictions, and then locked up again, and then so to plan the recording and releasing of things and music videos and everything. You don't realize how much in life you need to meet people and be in physical space with people to get things done until something like that happens. It was impossible to keep the ball rolling on project.
Yeah, Zoom can only go so far.
Exactly. Thank goodness we have such technology, but you're right, it only takes us so far.
So, Kyle, on this brand new album called DAYDREAM, you've got 10 original songs. You wrote all of the songs. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I wrote all of those songs over a certain period of time. Some of them as early as 6-7 years ago.
Wow.
The title song itself, DAYDREAM, I wrote 7 years ago. So that's the oldest song on them. And then, of course, there were songs that I wrote incredibly recently, some that I'd written around the beginning of 2019 when I was planning on starting the recording process. But as time went by through the pandemic, I wrote a couple songs in 2020, 2021, and one song that I finished this year as well. So there's some fresh work on there as well.
Nice. And then Cuddle Up that we're going to listen to now is actually a really nice wintry song, nice and cozy, even though spring is on our doorstep. Tell us a bit more about Cuddle Up. What is it exactly about, apart from cuddling?
Well, you've summed up the basics there. It's a winter song. I don't like winter. I don't know about you, Ian, and the listeners out there. I do not like cold, man. I love summer. I love being outdoors in shorts and a vest, or in the pool, or braaiing. That's my vibe. So winter, I'm not a fan. I'm glad that spring seems to have rolled in early now. The weather seems to be great this afternoon. At least yeah by me, it is. And with Cuddle Up, it's more than just a winter song to make you feel comforted and warm. It's about that one person in your life that, no matter what you're going through, if you've had a bad day or just received some bad news, or in general, you're just going through a tough time, when you're in that person's company, everything seems to be okay. They make you feel better. They give you that, that sense of home. So that's what the song's really about.
Very, very nice. It's also the 4th release of your album, and we're going to listen to Cuddle Up right now. Kyle, I know it's an important day for you today and an important night with your album launch. You're a busy man, I'm sure, and performing again tonight. So best of luck with that, and we look forward to many more releases from you.
Thanks so much, Ian. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me here and for wishes.
You're very welcome. Here is Cuddle Up by Kyle September. He is featured on New Music Friday today on E-Radio.
This is a brand new song on E-Radio. You heard it here first. This is E-Radio.
When you wake up and you feel a touch under the weather and your feet hit the ground, your head starts to pound. What can make it better? Well, if you roll over, I got a shoulder waiting for you. Out there it's colder, so let's grow older for a minute or two. I'm in love with you, and I could wait forever just to hear you breathe in time with my heartbeat. Let's go back to sleep. When you get home, you let out a groan. You've had a long day and your feet hit the floor. They slide from the door. Well, I can make it better if you just stroll over. I got a shoulder waiting for you. Slouch a bit lower, breathe a bit slower for a minute or two. I'm in love with you, and I could wait forever just to hear you breathe in time with my heartbeat. Let's go back to sleep. Let's go back to sleep. And when the day is long and you can't find strength to carry on, I know I'll be okay after you say, shotgun little spoon. I'm in love with you, and I could wait forever just to hear you breathe in time with my heartbeat. Let's go back to, let's go back to sleep. Let's go back to la-da-da, cuddle up, baby. Let's go back to sleep.